KKHT wants you to meet three of the classiest guys in real estate.
I am Chris Kelso, the maestro of mortgage.
I am Rob Cook, the godfather of real estate.
And I'm Joe Orsack, the king of credit swing. And together, we're the Real Estate Rat Pack. Much like us, real estate right now is smoking hot. So whether it's buying, selling, or owning, you need to check out the Real Estate Rat Pack.
They're here to take your calls and answer your questions live. Call now, 1-800-808-5548. And now, the Real Estate Rat Pack!
Now, Rob, you were here. You didn't get involved with that this time.
On that one.
I wish I could see it out there because all I ever do is shake my head.
All you do every single time is you shake your head. We're going to get you involved. You know, the classes start next week again, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
The howling classes on radio.
Yes.
Well,
howling appreciation.
Yes.
That's where it starts.
You know, that's a great segue into our show today.
That is correct. About education, about our subject matter being careers in real estate.
In real estate. And we have an icon of real estate education today, Rita Santamaria with Champion School of Real Estate. Welcome, Rita.
Good morning. Thank you.
And so talk a little bit about how you started, how you got here. I mean, you've got multiple locations, different cities. Everybody on the planet knows you. Where'd you start?
Well, I started 30 years ago, and I will give you the really short version. I loved real estate, loved education, worked in real estate. In 83, went to the Real Estate Commission to see what do you do to put a real estate school together. And 31 years later, I have 7 locations around the state, every major city, online campus as well. And it has just been awesome, amazing, especially in good markets like we have today.
All boats float at high tide, that's for sure. And we know that to be a fact. So, and I don't know anyone who hadn't been.
We're talking about sailing now.
Yes, it's a metaphor.
Ah.
Anyway,
what's a metaphor?
It's for grazing cows. Anyway, I remember my first interaction with Rita was probably back in the 90s, where you actually came out and we had a group of realtors, the Houston Independent Real Estate Brokers Association, and Rita herself came out and privately taught the accredited buyers representation class for us, which was like awesome. So I've been like her number one fan ever since then. So.
Well, thank you for that.
So talk about, we've got somebody who's green out there listening to us. They're thinking about a career in real estate. Start from day one. What do you do?
Okay. Well, first of all, I'm going to say it's fairly easy, simple, because we can structure your particular schedule based on your lifestyle. We have the in-class presentation, or you can do online, or you can take your notebook home and do your questions at home. So you can do a blend of that, or you can do straight classroom, which frankly you get a lot more out of being in the classroom. But the state has dictated these 6 courses you have to take. You can take them in any order, but they're really good courses because Principles 1 is like the dictionary of real estate. Principles 2 is you haven't gotten your license yet, but it tells you how to lose your license really fast if you don't obey these laws. And then contract law, how to fill out the contracts, understand contracts, how to represent buyers, how to represent sellers. And then what I think is most important is they mandated finance. So every new person needs to understand real estate finance. So doing that, you can do it as quickly as, honestly, 3 weeks, or you can take your time. We have some people who started their courses in the 80s and have come back in now, or the 90s, and they said, I never finished, but now the market is really good. So are my courses still good? Believe it or not, they are.
For the core course.
For the core courses. Yet we tell them, no, you need to get an updated course. That is not going to work for you. And then our prep course takes the stress out of taking your national state exam. Everyone takes the Champions Prep course for real estate license or broker's license. And so you can truly change your life, change your career in about 6 to 8 weeks if you want to jump in and do it.
And one thing also, I'll tell everybody, I am a student of the Champion School of Real Estate.
Thank you.
One of the things, and I think a lot of people probably here are, One of the things also, it's not just for real estate agents, loan officers and the new licensing required on the loan officer side of things.
Really appreciate that because, yes, we offer the RMLO loan officer pre-licensing continuing ed. We have appraiser pre-licensing continuing ed. We have professional inspector pre-licensing continuing ed. And then all of the national designations that are offered through the National Association of Realtors, we have that as well. And to my right, the other lady over here with Champion School of Real Estate, Christy Stratton, she teaches our amazing professional development course.
Right.
And professional development
That's a good
is
time for Christy to say hello.
anyone.
Hello, everyone.
And welcome.
Thank
welcome. And talk about the professional development also. Would you also recommend that the agents coming in that are taking the core courses take the professional development as well? Because what we've seen a lot of times is that people get out and their ink's still wet on their license and they think they know how to do business. And we're telling them, no, you don't.
Absolutely. What I share with students, and I'm just so grateful to Rita for giving me the opportunity to teach this wonderful class. It really sets an agent apart. It has you take a look at really your whole entire life. And, not only...
I don't want to do that or not.
Did I just scare you?
Wow.
But
It can be fun, Rob.
I got a lot of years to go back.
Okay, come
on.
on.
I am seasoned.
There's a class on Monday at the West of Houston campus, so come on. It just has you take a look at, real estate is such a relationship-oriented business. And you are in business when you're a real estate agent. And it has you take a look. If you're not right in your personal world and don't understand respect and care for others, really what we talk about is it's the golden rule meets chivalry and how that respect plays into every aspect of your personal and professional business.
20,000 agents need to come to your class.
Come on, I love it.
Well,
We can sign them up.
Something that I having looked at some of y'all's material and all that, I love the variety of classes that you guys offer. One thing, I'm passionate about business. I love business. I eat it, sleep it. I have to set alarms to tell myself to go home so I don't get in trouble with the wife because it's like playing to me. I genuinely love building business, and I genuinely love seeing others build successful businesses. And sales, any career in sales, it has this great tendency for the person who is that type A or whatever personality that they're attracted to sales. They get into a career, especially like right now when the market's really hot and everybody's like, oh man, real estate's just happening. I want to jump in and get a piece of that action. And they don't realize fully that they are launching a business.
You're
and
an
that
entrepreneur, exactly.
Yeah, there's
Your own
many
business.
components to it other than just sales. And that's where, I think education becomes critical, is to really, round yourself as an entrepreneur. So on that note, kind of, there are classes that state says these are minimum. What do you think would be one of the most important classes, if you had to pick one, your favorite or something along that lines?
One. It's Powerhouse Marketing for an agent, because Powerhouse Marketing is also taught by Christy, and you can take it any time. You don't have to be licensed to take it, but when you do get your license, you take continuing education. And spanking brand new licensees need a core course, and Powerhouse Marketing is a core course. It's on budgeting. It's on putting your business plan together. It's truly how to make money in real estate, how to find sellers, how to find buyers. You get the nuts and bolts, you get your license, and as Rob said, you get into the office and they do the training on how to find buyers, sellers, and how to make money. And this course is truly like a training course. It is how to communicate with buyers and sellers, but how to make money in the business as well as grow your business like a true entrepreneur.
We really look at a lot of marketing too, and you have to get into mission, vision, purpose too there. So we spend a lot of time there so they understand what sets them apart. I mean, there's 20,000 plus realtors in the Houston area?
25,000. I gave credit to 5,000 doing it correctly.
Okay.
The other 20,000
All right, so 25,000.
not doing it correctly.
And we're all selling, essentially the same product, but we have to set that service apart. And so we talk a lot about that and how to grow your business.
Yeah, what I've seen with agents, they become transactionally oriented. In other words, they get a commission, and that's their paycheck. They don't understand that goes into the business, and then you budget out. We're going to spend this much on marketing, this much on advertising, and I need
That's
to
absolutely
do
right.
this piece of
You
education.
can't keep it all in your pocket.
You know-
and by the way, stay in touch with your clients because that's one thing we
Really?
notoriously
Does that work?
don't do is the referral basis, those relationships that you build, and we talk a lot
I
about
think
You know,
that.
last week we had Mattress Mac on, Jim Mackingville, and I had
Great
the honor.
guy.
Yeah, absolutely. I had the honor of working with him for a couple years and real closely, and so I got a lot of great little snippets from him. But one of my favorite things that he talked about was that you have to have the thing that makes you stand out from everybody else. If you don't, there's no point going into business. You are just part of the static. There's no point being in business. If that's true with a furniture store, and how many furniture stores are in Houston, there may be hundreds. I don't know, but compare that to realtors. There's 25,000, right?
Exactly.
For somebody that's considering going into business, you have 25,000 competitors
How do you stand
in the
apart?
market. How do you stand out?
I can answer that.
Please do. Please do.
I can answer that. Monday, I was honored to be at a panel where there were current buyers and sellers, very sophisticated buyers and sellers, $2 million plus buyers sellers. Their total statement mantra through the entire hour and a half panel was, agents have to be more educated than their clients. And
Which is
that
getting harder and harder.
theme came across loud and clear. You have got to be not only educated, but you have to explain to us the process. And believe it or not, I mean, these wonderful educated buyers and sellers said, yes, we're educated in our field, but we don't know real estate, and that's why we're using you. So don't assume we know anything. And then educate us. So to be successful, yes, a great salesperson. Yes, type A personality. Yes, you are personally driven to get up in the morning and do what you need to do. Be educated.
Yeah, well, I absolutely agree with that. When you talk about, you see these things, we talked about this a few weeks ago about being an area specialist. And I asked somebody one time, well, how many listings are in your market? Actually, one of my agents, and they were able to answer just like that. And I go, that's somebody that gets up every morning, sees what's going on in her area, and she could tell you all the stats on it and everything that has to do with that market. That's an expert in that market.
You know, and I always tell everybody also, to me, the number one thing when you're looking at getting into business, especially into real estate, is passion. You have to have
my
a
line.
passion for what you do. You know, one of the things, everyone in this room, if you look at everyone in this room, we all have passion. Rita, you're passionate about education.
Totally
Chris,
passionate.
same thing with you. We have the two Teresas over here with Keller Williams, we're going to get to in a minute. Passionate about what they do, though. And myself, passionate about what we do. And so one of the things that I think is, in order to get involved in any business, but specifically real estate, if you have a passion for it, you're going to be well educated because you're going to want to get better. You're going to want to know what's going on with your market. You're going to want to know what's going on with your community. And that leads to better education, as you mentioned right there. If you don't have that passion, though, and I've seen it before, if it's just something you do to make money, though, that's not the reason to get involved with real estate.
Passion is the fuel for the world-class entrepreneur.
Oh, can I quote that?
That is a quotable. I made it up. Without it, you were just, again, like Mac, I stole that line, you're just part of the static. When you tap into what you love and connect that to your job, when your job becomes a vehicle for you to accomplish what you love, then you will rise above. You'll take the extra time that it takes to learn the number of listings you have in your market. You'll make that effort because you love it. You enjoy it.
It's not a job.
It's not a job. You enjoy it.
Exactly.
You'll make that time. You have to.
Exactly.
Well, we're coming up on our break pretty soon, but how do we get a hold of you at Champion School of Real Estate?
championschool.com or 281-893-4484.
And Christy?
Same thing through Champion School of Real Estate.
Okay.
And let me tell you, if you have a passion out there to get involved in real estate, whether you want to become an appraiser, whether you become a loan officer, real estate agent, one of many things, go out to Champion School of Real Estate. Great facilities. I will tell you,
Thank you.
I am one of those individuals who likes to be down there and be physically at the location. because
smart.
it's such a good experience. So
You hear the
definitely
real
get out there.
stories, the real
Yes.
estate stories.
Well, I'm a big
The
believer in
interaction.
personalization. I'm a big believer in shaking hands. So definitely get out there. Champion School of Real Estate. We are coming up against a break right now, but stay tuned. We'll be right back.
You know what?
You know what? You're lovely.